Shit has hit the fan for Sean Combs. Sex trafficking, abuse, murder, grooming young men, sexual harassment, shooting people, paying people to not talk, paying celebrities to have sex with them. The list goes on. Now, I'm not saying P. Diddy is innocent in all this shit, but I have to look at the case from my own perspective. You mean to tell me all these people describing you actual events that occurred in front of their very own eyes had nothing to do with it? They all were part of the parties. They attended the parties over and over again. They watched and laughed while girls were drugged and raped in front of their very eyes. Now things are out in the open. Everyone is trying to save their own ass, but it's very clear they were part of the crowd that associated in all this. I mean, yes, girls took drugs, underage girls in the parties, but hold on a second. Why were they there in the first place? Where were their parents? It's not a perfect world as you may see things. Yes, young children can be exploited and coerced into doing underage things, but does that not make every person in these parties an accused? I just want to learn the truth behind all the sex in the parties. As humans, how much of the world drinks alcohol? We are devils deep within. People are good in the heart, but who amongst these people can you trust? I saw it all happen, but I never said or did anything to stop it. One man was responsible for all your actions. Bullshit. I look at the fact that people feared Diddy. He paid them to keep quiet, and they did. They all wanted the money. They all took the money. Whether it was ass rape or keeping your mouth shut, tell me the sex workers are innocent. They took money to rape or have sex with a woman who they could see did not wish to do it. Why are we so fucking stupid? These parties were off the hook. I bet people dreamt of attending parties like that. They spoke they all loved, kept going back for more. After the party, they all must have laughed and joked about the things going on.
We used to go to when we go to the club, we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they've been to have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there. You just don't mess with them bottles, right? Then all of the girls is in the club after a while. They all running, opening up their mouth like little birds. Just run around just popping pills in their mouth. Pop pill, 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 pill. And then that was the party.
You know, that he would hire these like sex workers and like they would have, you know, sex with her or whatever, and he would watch and tell them what to do. She told me the only time he was willing to do anything or work on her music, go through any plans, any of that, was when she had a freak off. So
okay, that's sickening to hear. But when was she informed? He did this to her friend, just thinking out loud. If she knew post all this exposure. I acknowledge she's not just saying shit in front of the camera, but if her friend was sharing this information to her and confiding in her then, to me, she let it happen. Maybe she was afraid, and her friend did not want anybody to know. Small people under a corrupt and powerful man.
That girl went through some tumultuous shit that she never thought that she would ever have to go through being in the music business. Do you understand that?
I understand you know and saw a lot more than you are telling, and stood by while it happened, not saying anyone else would have done different. We all want to survive, but now it's all so diabolical in your eyes, yet you were part of it.
I've been next to people who are top in the game, in the music business. And they had said to me, yo, I had to say a lot to get to this position. You understand? They have said that. So I can imagine what that little girl went through with old boy. She ain't lying that thing, because if she would have lied, he would have fought her tooth and nail. That little girl ain't lied nothing that. She ain't lied about none of that. Do you know what she's going through? She know what she's gonna go through for the rest of her life? Her kids gonna go back and see this on the internet?
I said, well, he busy right now. He said, he busy doing what? I said, he with Puff, they're in the room, they busy, they don't wanna be bothered. He said, well, I'm going in there. I said, bro, you ain't going in there because he told me they don't want nobody to be bothering them. He was like, yo, I don't care, man. I'm going in there. That book like that. I said, yo, bro, Jesus Christ had to come down here and take the air out of my body before you get in that room.
This guy comes running up in there trying to save Ja Rule's ass from being eaten. You stopped him from saving him. It's all a joke because they came out naked and in towels. Ja Rule must have texted his cousin to come save him. Why else would he want to get him out so bad? This story is obviously a cry for help.
Watch. He tried to bum rush me. I grabbed it and threw him against the piano. When I threw him into the piano, Puff and Ja Rule runs out the room. Puff got his towel, Ja grabbing his towel, but they butt the naked.
While Gene initially didn't know what was happening inside the room, he confronted Ja Rule's cousin, who had arrived unexpectedly. The commotion led to Diddy and Ja Rule coming out of the room, both wearing only towels. 50 Cent and Diddy's ongoing drama just got spicier. Rumor has it that 50 Cent is cooking up a documentary that dives deep into the SA allegations against Diddy.
Yeah, I want to take my hat off to Rod.
Buster got his arm firm in there. Definitely a sign of intimidation in my eyes.
You did was dope.
Now Buster is hard. I mean, nobody stepped close to this man, but here I can see signs of aggression. The slapping on the chest and the high hug over his head. Not saying this is not playful, but it would definitely make someone uncomfortable.
It's really serious. And Rod, you brought that thing to a whole nother level of life of motherfucking musicality and sexy.
What or who is he referring to when he says that?
You wanna fuck with it? Go ahead, cause I run shit here, nigga. You feel me? I run shit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Little Rod ain't worth giving his kingdom to if we don't control his publishing. I can solve his efforts with 3 other human beings. He's eating at our table, and I like his backstory, but you need to have other people. It's hard to work with him unless we have his pub. He's a piece of shit human, but we do not need his talent unless we can work with him.
Did he just pay the man and hope that this all goes away?
Some of you may know me or may not. I'm a music producer who's a writer and musician. Different genres. I started in the gospel and jazz and R&B and worked my way over to the hip hop side. I've been working on an album. I took a year off straight working on this album. That album is the Love album, Off the Grid by Diddy. And it's Grammy nominated right now as we speak. I should be celebrating, but the truth is I'm not. Taking this album on has required so much time, months and at a time, 16 hours to 24 hours a day. Sometimes, Diddy will request certain works to be done and tell us don't go to sleep until it's done. And the truth is we'll be up for days trying to accomplish that. I've tried to get my business straight with them on this album, but the truth is they're not playing fair. They hit me on below the belt on so many situations, just dealing with this. It's the contract that they give me and the offer that they gave me was just disgusting. The producer fee, pennies, and on top of that, these guys are trying to steal my publishing. I can't go for that, so I'm fighting back. He's a fighter, but I'm gonna put in this fight. I gotta do it for myself, my rights, and most importantly, my kids. Taking my publishing or stealing it I'm not gonna let that happen. Not gonna let that happen. Again, this is one of those projects that took so much time from me. I missed holidays with my family, just out working on this album. At one point, I was running around with the hard drives, the computer, just to run the ball on this album, to finish the production on it, make sure that this album came to, a good project with good vibes, just where it is right now. And just to be offered little to no participation in this is highly disrespectful. I won't be that guy 20, 30 years from now looking back saying, I wish I'd done this. I'm gonna do this now. Doing this situation is not easy. taking Puff to court, suing him is not easy. I don't have the monies that it's going to take to fight him in court. So I'm just asking, you know, if you're in support, please. The link is in my bio to my GoFundMe. The money will go towards my attorney fees and to just make sure I'm keeping my head above water during the process. I really appreciate this. Thank you so much.
He's rap royalty.
What's up, New York?
And the king of a seemingly bulletproof billion-dollar empire. The Sean Diddy Combs faces losing it all. After a series of lawsuits accusing him of sexual misconduct, police this week raided 2 of his properties as part of a federal investigation into sex trafficking. The rapper's lawyers called it an ambush and a gross use of military-level force.
10 years from now, we'll still be on top. Yeah.
Diddy says he'll fight to prove his innocence, but many are speculating that he's the thin end of a big wedge, even foreshadowing a Me Too moment for rap. Was he a misogynist?
In a way, he's selfish. He's a very selfish individual. He wants the spotlight on him. It's very much a shot. It's something that I have a hard time believing.
Diddy's always surrounded himself with young people that basically go out and do whatever he asks them to do. Abusive relationships go both ways, but of course, when you're a man, you're always seen as the villain, even if a woman attacks you first.
He did not need to come in guns blazing. Remember, even though he may be a billionaire, he also deserves a presumption of innocence. He's facing very serious allegations.
Down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
Can I need to know? You here, get your number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. It did happen. It didn't happen. And I hate to seem like a petty individual for picking apart lies, but Jussie Smollett gonna keep lying until you say we don't believe you. Like, it's important in the checks and balances of the universe that liars not get to make complete narratives for themselves.
Are you not afraid about being blackballed again? These are some power people.
What do you mean again? These people are not powerful. Satan can't create anything. That includes blessings for his people. That's why, you know what the #1 job of somebody that sold their soul in Hollywood is?
What?
Is to act like it didn't happen. They all do the same job. Why do you think Gary Owen can't cross over and he already white and been in comedy for 25 years? If what I say ain't the case. It's a cabal, it's a consortium. They rock with who they rock with and they don't with who they don't. But I'm not scared of being the competition any more than you were when you lined up across from a superior team. Yeah, on paper, they're a better team.
Right.
They have all the assets and resources and we don't. But let us get on the line, boy, and see if that factors in. I guarantee you it won't.
Wow.
Because Shannon Sharp gotta be a different person than that other person.
Absolutely.
And he always was. That doesn't change when I change teams. That remains the same. That's how a legacy is built. So all of these shortcut takers, they canceled me for talking about Harvey Weinstein before the thing came out, but he offered to suck my penis in front of all my people at my agency. What am I supposed to do? He did all of that. I'm thinking I'm the only black person on the script. I get there, it's 3 other black guys on there. Woo. Huh.
So you wonder what they did to get there.
I told him no. What y'all do? And this is why when I walk in a room, heads go down. Behind my back, I'm nothing. I'm just a regular old comedian that's bitter and jealous. But in my face, no. The king has walked in and they have to respect it only because I've not taken the shortcuts. I've not been funded. They pay you to not talk about things they don't want you to talk about. They tell you that themselves. I can't do that because Steve told you that he stopped doing stand-up because he had 7 TV shows. The only problem is when he stopped stand-up, he didn't have those 7 TV shows. He stopped stand-up because he got in a comedy battle called the Championship of Stand-Up Comedy with one Cat Williams in Detroit in front of 10,000 people and lost because Cat Williams said he was actually bald and that was a wig. And I went in, and that's why he couldn't do stand-up anymore. Imagine him coming to tell you another story where he got so big and it was Bernie and them's fault because they wanted to be movie stars. What? You called Ocean 11 to get that nigga's part. What do you mean you didn't want to be a movie star? So on the behalf of Bernie, I would have to say what I have to say.
Have you ever been on tour with any of these guys?
Every guy I mentioned to you is not funny out there in real life.